What happened to the Hossein-Pour family's original Peren Canal? They're still making waves. This time, disaster has come knocking on their door. Due to life's incomprehensible paradoxes, the documentary script written by Edson and his editor for the day-to-day episodes, this time it was fate who wrote it, turned into a real tragedy. The unthinkable happened, bringing mourning to this well-known channel. In today's installment, we'll address, from the perspective of truthful reporting, some topics that, due to their importance, must be approached with extreme caution, so as not to offend the sensibilities and divided opinions of our viewers and those of the Peren Channel's followers. Among those issues are the following: the motive for the crimes. Noticias 360+ does not echo rumors based on hypotheticals that point to a conflict of passion and suggest that it was not an accident. Nomadic channels have woven various a priori presumptions, in which they baselessly assert that the death of the late Najma was motivated by passion, and that this led her to make an erroneous decision that resulted in a great sin for the Islamic religion. Conjectures cannot be made about such sensitive facts. This is the responsibility of the judicial authorities to establish responsibility, which must act through a formal or ex officio complaint, in coordination with police forces to demonstrate whether it was a punishable offense. What caused Najmeh'S death? Noticias 360+ has been difficult to obtain this information so far. Our source in Shiraz has indicated that relatives have been tight-lipped about revealing the medical report on the death certificate. However, we have consulted with burn specialists and were able to gather the following information, which we know will be of interest to you. Medical studies have shown that second- and third-degree burns produce sepsis in the affected tissues, in addition to systemic effects such as sympathetic stimulation, hypovolemia, kidney failure, and myocardial dysfunction. These effects are known as burn shock. Burn shock is a medical emergency that occurs when the body's tissues and organs are deprived of sufficient oxygenated blood, which includes a decrease in heart rate and increased vascular resistance, or hypovolemia. These reactions occur primarily during the first 24 hours. It is common in burns affecting 50% of the body surface area. Burn shock occurs due to the interaction between soft tissue loss, hypovolemia, and systemic mediators. If left untreated, this condition causes respiratory distress syndrome and progressive organ dysfunction, leading to death. We can therefore assume that these complications were involved in the cause of Najmeh'S death. How did the funeral take place according to Islam? Respect for the deceased and immediacy marked the celebration of the funeral for a loved one. When a Muslim dies, their family must bury them quickly, carrying out a series of solemn and legal preparations. During the funeral, washing and shrouding must take place. The body of the deceased is washed and wrapped in a shroud, a white linen cloth, according to Islamic teachings. Ceremony at the mosque. The religious ceremony generally takes place in a mosque, where men and women sit separately on the floor. The prayers are led by an imam. Transfer of the body. The funeral procession is presided over by men, and only they are allowed to carry the coffin. This could be seen in various videos from nomadic channels. The body of the late Najma was carried out in an open, lidless wooden coffin, which will not be used later for burial, as bodies are placed directly in the ground. Mourning attire. It is common for mourners to wear black and refrain from personal grooming during the mourning period. Subsequent ceremonies, commemorations are common on the 3rd day, the 7th day, and the 40th day after death, according to Iranian custom. The box is removed empty, the body is placed on the ground. After saying our final goodbye to the late Najma, a big question arises: what will happen to the channel? What will happen next? This is the question all viewers are asking. Will the family split up? Will Mehdi and Tomwart form a new channel? Or will Peren and Edson try to continue the controversial Peren Original Channel? So far, no comments have been made. We will be closely monitoring the announcement, which should be released in the next few hours. We also want to know what the immediate future holds for the 3 children, especially Ava. They will grow up without the protection and love of a mother. On the other hand, Mehdi must speak out and answer all the questions his channel subscribers are asking. Will he continue to insist on his wedding with Cobra? Or will he back down to take some time and reconsider? Mehdi is a noble young man whose life has unfortunately not gone well. It's surprising to see how the mansion he dreamed of for his wedding reception was first used for his sister-in-law's funeral ceremony. No one expected that.
A feeling of profound sadness is the predominant comment among Peren Original viewers. We don't know how or when, but they entered our homes and made us feel like they were part of our families. If anyone thinks otherwise, pay attention to how they felt when they received the news of the death of our star, Najmeh. Peace to his soul.
With this we conclude this informative summary. Thank you very much for your attention.